going to continue to Karava and his group. Narelle, Cisnus, and Mikam have transported down into the access point of a cave that leads to an underground chamber with an Iconian gateway. And the center, roughly at the center of this access point, you see a device that's glowing blue. It's kind of like a triangular console looking device. Just need to know what you guys are gonna do. Karava. Are you there, Karava?
I will. First, I'm gonna have a look around, make sure no one gets a drop on us. Then I'm gonna probably touch it, I guess. Push a button.
Oh, question first before you do anything. What did you guys bring with you? Tricorders, weapons, etc. What did you bring?
I told them to bring everything they possibly could. Body armor. If we could have gotten explosives, I would have taken some explosives, like grenades or anything, like just anything we could have gotten at all. Because like this is probably a one-way trip. So I was like,
all right,
yeah, like getting everything possible.
All right. So since you're taking grenades, I'm gonna give myself 2 threat.
Okay.
All right. So
I have no idea what the stat for grenades are.
We'll make it up as we go. Actually, I have it here, to be honest with you. Pulse grenade is 4 damage and it's area, always area. So basically, if let's say there's 2 people standing, one of them takes full damage, the other takes half damage. All right. So you said you're looking around and you're gonna walk up and touch it. Is that what I heard?
Actually, I will use my better judgment and I'll use the tricorder first.
Don't you love when the GM clarifies if you're gonna do something stupid? Alright, yeah. Someone roll a reason and science. Anybody. It could be Narelle, it could be Karava, it doesn't really matter. Just pull open your tricorder and roll a reason and science. Difficulty is 1.
I will order the person who is the best at science to do the science for.
That's probably going to be Narelle.
Not me.
Not me.
Alright. You got to roll 2 dice. It's a 2d20 system.
Not me.
Yeah, but it's Narelle. Nice. Alright, so you guys are up to 2 momentum. I let you guys keep 1, and I took the other for the start of the new session. So you guys are back up to 2. As you open the tricorder, and you start to scan this device, you notice the tricorder basically tells you that the markings on the device is of a certain language that is reminiscent of the Iconians. You compare the common root words from the language database in your tricorder. You approximate an interpretation of one of the fragments. You believe it speaks to a great conflagration and an exodus to a land of peace and idyllic existence. A later fragment is a warning to close the gate forever. As you open this tricorder and you look at this information, what else would you like to do? You do have 2 momentum, so if you'd like to obtain further information, you may.
Is there any indication? I'm not sure if this is worth a momentum spend to clarify if it would require that. Is there any indication as to what the conflagration was?
This is like, so you know how when you go up to a monument or a statue and it's got like a sentence under it, like this is dedicated to so and so that does this. This isn't like a computer database. This is literally just like a module sitting in the middle of a room glowing, giving you like the tiniest bit of information. It's not linked to anything else that could give you anything other than that. But you could get information on the module itself, or perhaps the room you're in, or any other number of things. No? Okay.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Fair enough. As you're continuing to look at your tricorder, you notice that it detects no known actual mechanism within the device. But the scan seems to have triggered a response. The glowing blue triangle faintly appears as if etched in stone. The tricorder reads a small chamber beyond the stone. But when the lit triangle vanishes, so too do your readings. So basically, over here, you see a blue triangle of light appear, and kind of like a doorway. But then, after a moment, the triangle vanishes, and the doorway, the line that shows the doorway also vanishes into the stone.
Does that correspond almost one-to-one with tricorder on, tricorder off, or is it at a different time interval?
Yeah, it corresponds with it. It seems to be corresponding with some sort of energy source. So it seems to be recognizing the tricorder's energy source. There are also several symbols along the walls and that doorway, as well as the triangle, or the module.
Thinking about that one sentence, because we might be about to open a sort of Pandora's box style affair, and gateway sealed forever. Does it appear from the one sentence as though the Great Conflagration happened on the other side of that portal and they fled from it to here, like, you know, this is in memory of our safe arrival kind of affair? Or does it seem like the conflagration was on this side and they fled to safety through the portal?
It doesn't really specify. However, like I said, this is like a foyer. This is like an entrance into something bigger. You're not really going to get any intellectual information. Like you can scan for, you know, mineral composites, but like unless you continue forward, you're not really going to get any other information about like history or anything like that.
I'm guessing when the power is off, this is just, you know, a blank corridor that ends abruptly.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a wall. But then once once you open and close your tricorder, it basically kind of triggers it to activate.
What are these? And they may not be there at all. What are these yellow dots?
Yeah, that's just a random map I found on Google. They're not.
Fair enough.
We'll just say that they're light sources to help the party.
Oh, that makes things easier then, because if they are active, then we can use them to power the device rather than have to, in theory, sacrifice one of our own devices to power it.
They seem to be, rather than mechanical devices that provide light, they seem to be natural to the planet. So like glowing plants almost.
Okay.
I'll give him my tricorder.
Who?
I was just using my tricorder to power the device, I guess.
Alright, so you move towards the doorway?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You get to the doorway, and you see a neural parasite scurry out from a corner, from behind a rock, and then disappear behind another rock over here.
I'm fighting the urge to throw a grenade at it. Fighting the urge.
Fighting the urge. Oh, well, you know what? Do you have a focus and composure?
I don't think I do.
Roll control and command difficulty 1 to see if you can fight that urge.
Let's see.
Can I shoot at it?
You can roll control security and try. I'm going to increase the complication range to 3, though.
I so want to do it.
I mean, you can do whatever.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so many good rolls
Okay,
there.
maybe not.
Let's start with Guy. So the difficulty was 1, so you guys are up to 4 momentum with that. You definitely managed to resist throwing a grenade at a small 1-inch long parasite that is not threatening you at all. And Colonel X, you whip out your disruptor pistol, fire, and vaporize the thing, and you also get a momentum for that. So, well, actually, no. The difficulty is 3 because it is scurrying away, and it is very small, and it is in a shadowy location, so you don't get any momentum for that. Who's crinkling chips?
Oh, so that's me. I was gonna say the most important thing I remembered before we left, because I was 100% dead certain on this. Everybody's wearing at least a helmet and some sort of neck protector, though.
Oh yeah,
So
I've noticed the armor.
Wait,
because like
why?
I'm gonna say my character really hates these parasites.
But didn't you guys
And,
get
like,
injected
paranoid.
to prevent you guys from being taken over? Or did you guys not do
I don't
that?
care.
Okay.
I think we did. I think
Sure.
we did do that.
You're still
I
not
don't know
getting...
if we did that. I think. Yeah, but I don't care. Like we're all doing that. We're all wearing helmets and we're all wearing neck protectors.
Alright, well, you're still not getting more than 2 resistance.
That's for damn sure. I'm pretty sure I specifically ordered for that.
Alright, well, it's not going to give you more than 2 resistance. You're still going to get the same amount of resistance from your body armor.
I was about to say I don't have memory of that, but I do have clearly noted the resistance body armor stuff.
Yep.
So.
So you have 2 resistance, but you did manage to kill that very harmful bug that scurried away from you. So good job, Lex. So as you're approaching and your tricorder, you open your tricorder. You notice that the blue triangle appears again. However, it looks like unlike the module before, which was basically just saying, "Hey, we're here." The blue triangle is actually displaying some numbers, and you have to input some numbers into your tricorder to get it to open the door. That is going to be an insight in engineering at a difficulty of 3, and I'm increasing the complication range to 5.
Who has high engineering?
Who knows? I don't remember.
I've got 4 engineering, 9 insight.
That's probably the best.
Better than Narelle.
Yeah.
Better than Cisness. Yes.
It's probably better me. Probably better than me.
Okay. I will ask to borrow your tricorder because I sacrificed mine.
Alright, insight engineering difficulty 3. Oh, and someone may assist with a reason and science, but just roll 1 dice. Complication range is still 5.
I will also use 1 momentum as well.
Alright. And if Narelle wants to assist with a reason and science, she can.
Yep. Would investigation count as a focus?
Sure.
Okay, cool. There we go.
Alright, so if no one's going to assist, then you manage to get the... Let's see. You have determined the correct sequence to key into the panel. When you activate the mechanism, the blue triangle appears to glow in the stone again, brighter this time, and humming with energy. Suddenly, the stone within the triangle becomes translucent. Its molecular structure has changed, allowing you to pass through it into a small chamber. Once inside, the chamber begins a slow descent into an underground complex. So are you proceeding?
I will confer. Do we want to go down here?
Yeah?
Yeah, like out of character, I see no other real choice.
Okay.
Speaking...
Not starting a time travel civilization or anything? Own clone civilization, then we go back in time?
as you're heading down, Angstrom, you or as you're about to head down, you are with Kulira. Drusilla is probably about to be overrun. What is Angstrom going to do?
I guess she's gonna keep trying to drag the captain further to the left.
All right.
Just trying to get lost from these people that are. And she's gonna hope that Drusilla's gonna keep up, but
Make a fitness and security difficulty 2. And I'm gonna say as you do that, as you're pulling her, you notice that several of the individuals further out have begun shouting something to each other, and then you hear the word entrance, and then they begin running in the opposite direction towards where you know the Iconian gateway is, leaving you with.
well, obviously I
3.
can't seem to carry this captain, so maybe that's a good thing.
Alright, so that then is the enemy's turn. The Herodian, I believe, has made it through the wall that you put in his way.
Yep, he broke through.
He's actually going to roll insight, because I don't think he particularly knows Drusilla's there. Yeah, I think he knew about your character. So let's see if he... no, he sees you struggling, and he bypasses Drusilla, and is now moving towards you. Drusilla is got to make a decision: attack the Herodian, attack the Romulan who's gonna try to climb towards her and shoot her, or attack the man. I think he has no weapon. I think he threw his dagger. So I think
He's got nothing on him.
yeah, well, that anyone knows of. I think she's going to go for him, but he's so close, she's going to roll daring and security, try to grab him, and kind of basically try to ensure that he doesn't get past her. Ooh, her daring's 8. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Ooh. Unfortunately, I have to roll for the Herodian as well. He got 1 success. So basically, he just kind of turns and smacks his rifle into the side of her face. I'm going to roll some damage dice. 1, 2. It's not too bad. Let me see. She already had 2 stress, so she is down 2 more as she staggers back. Alright, what was going on with her? Did she lose consciousness or something, or was she just... I think someone knocked her out.
The captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to make me shoot Drusilla, so I used
Oh,
my
yeah, that's
CMO
right.
positions.
I couldn't remember who, but I knew
Yeah,
someone.
I had to knock her out.
Alright, well, I'm going to roll...
She everything.
I'm going to actually roll for her to see if she recovers. She does not, so what do you want to do? What is Angstrom doing?
There's like no place that I'm like partly I'm tempted to hide her so that no one sees her and then just kind of draw them away. But if someone does find her, then I'm shirking my duty, so I'm gonna have to keep pulling her away, I guess.
All right, fitness and security
Right. Well,
difficulty.
I mean, really,
What was the...
because I'm not able to see anybody to shoot back at them because I still do have a rifle on me. That's the only other thing I could do.
Well, I mean,
That might have a better chance of success.
I think Angstrom knows that he is coming. I think the sound of the combat between them is... you guys are only like 12 feet away. It's not like he's down the a mile away. So you know he's coming for you. So you could just peek around the corner with cover, which would make it harder for him to hit you, and then try to hit him. I guess that it depends if your control is better than your fitness.
Oh, it is.
The difficulty for you would be
This is
2.
very-
For him, it would be 3.
All right, we're gonna see if my aim is any better than it was.
Nope. But at least he knows where you are now. No, I'm just kidding. So you went, and now I'm going to have this Romulan try to shoot her as he scrambles up over... Whoops, a bit far. Over this... Come on. There we go. Over this wall and tries to shoot her. And he is going to fail somehow with 2 failures. And let's see, that puts it back to her. She does not have her rifle, so she is going to grab him as he's reaching over with his pistol and try to disarm him.
She's got a dagger, is what she does.
Oh, does she have it? Okay, well, she's going to try to stab him and
Yeah, she
disarm him.
doesn't still stab her.
Which I guess we'll see if
Having a dagger in this campaign seems detrimental. Like, just don't even just don't carry one.
All right,
Yep.
so they both got one success. She is the active NPC, so she wins the tie. So now she's got to roll damage. I got to add dagger to her thingy.
Her midsection.
Yeah, basically. All right, let's see. 3, and it's an effect. So I'm gonna say he drops his pistol. He doesn't get too badly injured, but he does drop his pistol. So she is going. Next turn, she will grab it. Now it is McDaniel's turn. He stops and looks around as if he is trying to figure out what he is going to do. It doesn't seem sure at the moment for some reason. He looks over to where you are. Then he looks to Drusilla, and then he looks down this way towards where in the direction of the Iconian Gateway, and then reluctantly he begins moving in that direction as well. So now it is. I'm gonna roll to see if she wakes up, and then it'll be your turn. Ooh.
We're chasing this motherfucker through universes, bro.
So the good news is she got she got a 2, which is going to be her coming to. The bad news is she has a 20 also, which is going to be her probably forgetting that you don't have a neuroparasite and struggling as you try to do whatever it is you're going to do next.
Easy. You've just been knocked out.
I don't know who you are. You're one of them.
No, I am not. You can look at the back of my neck, and I'll lift even. I mean, my hair's already up, but I'll just pull it up a little higher. See any gills?
Says I don't trust you. What about Starbase 123? Who's the captain of Starbase 123?
Captain Afuli.
And she kind of looks down, and then she looks around, and you can tell that doubt is starting to creep into her
Captain,
mind.
we do not have time. We have a Herodian who is about to round this corner, and we need to get moving.
Roll a presence and
You
command.
said there was a gateway, and we're moving the wrong way.
Yeah, roll a presence and command. See if you can convince her this time, or convince her again.
Okay, I'm gonna buy another die if we have the momentum for it.
I think you do. I think you have 3.
What it looked like earlier.
All right. So I'm gonna have to roll for her since it is contested. You got 2, so as long as she gets 1 or 2, as long as she doesn't get 3, you're good. She does have a decent presence though, and command, you know, being a captain, so she is pretty resolved. But she realizes that you're right, there is a Herodian and probably a Romulan around the corner, and probably a bunch of neuroparasites in the bushes. Definitely don't worry about those. And she decides, you know what? Fine. Alright, but where are we gonna go? She looks around trying to figure that out.
Like, is that a hole that's in the wall right there? Even?
I mean, if you spend a momentum, it can be.
Because I think I just want to do that. This Herodian's been problematic for me. I'm tempted just to try and get around it. I'm sure the captain would agree.
Yeah, she would. Does the players mind if you spend a momentum to give you guys a way out?
Go ahead.
Alright, so I'm going to say that your guys' action is basically just to move into that section there. Let's see. He's going this way. He did his thing, so I think it's the Herosian's turn. You know what? The Herosian turns, looks at Drusilla, and is going to fire. Security 4. Alright. I am going to spend a threat. Got 2, so she gets hit. Let's see how bad it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. What's her stress at? I don't think it's that high, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, it's not. 1, 2, wait. She has a resistance of 3 because of her neuroparasite, so that brings her 9 down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But she is still brought to 0 health, so he shoots her, the beams tear through her at rapid speed, and she gets sent flying into these boulders, and they collapse. And it is now Dr. Angstrom's turn again. Or
okay, so just for clear,
yeah.
she's dead. Like there's.
I will say
There's no reason
if you
for
go
to
over,
try and save her.
I mean you can, like you could save her, but being a support character / NPC, if you don't, she is dead. Like there is no by the next scene, or you know, I can roll this to recover. Pretty much she needs first aid or she is dead.
So I know the captain's gonna not want to help her at all. Alright, Captain, which way did you say the gateway was?
That way. She points to where McDaniels is running.
Alright. Trying to think if she's better off using the rifle or if I am. Is that better?
What's your security? 2 or 3?
It's at 3 now.
Okay. She is a 4, so probably her, but her control is only a 9. So I don't know what your control
Okay,
is.
so then we're even.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if I want to... I do not want to give her the weapon because I still remember the last time she had a weapon.
What?
She blew it up. So, okay. Because it looks like the way's clear. I, as a player, am fine with letting Drusilla go, but Engstrom, being the doctor, has to go and try and save her. Even though it's a really stupid idea since there's a Romulan right here.
But he is disarmed. His disruptor has fallen to the ground, so keep that in mind. He would have to crawl over the wall, get the disruptor, to be of any real threat. And he is currently crawling over the wall at the moment.
Maybe I do actually give her the rifle then, and then I just run for like Drusilla and the disruptor. Drusilla's far enough away from the Herosian.
I mean, you have the rifle, right? So you could just shoot him on the wall and then get the pistol, so you're not. Because I mean, don't forget the Herosian's still there too, so you'll have to.
Does the Herosian know that we're? But the Herosian still thinks we're kind of over here.
Right, but he just shot her,
if I run for
so
it, he'll know where I am. But...
Well, yeah, his attention is on both. Over here where he just shot Drusilla, but also over here to where he's currently moving. So if he hears or sees someone running over there, he's going to turn his attention back over there. So I guess you could wait until he gets to like a certain point and then go, and that would give you a bit of an advantage.
I'm tempted to just throw a rock over here just to get him to keep going.
Well, that's definitely
further away.
That's definitely gonna be a presence roll there to trick somebody.
Presence to throw a rock. Okay.
Well, I could say control,
Yeah,
but then it would be just control security, which is just another control security roll. I like presence
the,
better.
the same. The stats are the same either way.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter then.
Because they're both at 10. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try and distract him. Throw back this way. Okay, Captain, get ready to start running on my signal.
All right, Doctor.
If the captain countermands that because of authority, she
No,
can do that, but
no, she's ready to run.
for now. Okay. So I'm gonna rock, or attempt to anyway.
I would say, and this is up to y'all, but if you want to spend a momentum, you don't have to make that roll, because there's a possibility if you roll and get a complication or just fail, that the Herodian's like, screw that, and then comes this way. So if you spend the momentum, he's definitely going to be going that way. It's up to y'all, though.
Okay, let's just spend the momentum, get him. I'm fine with spending it, but I realize that's our last one.
Yeah, what about you guys? What do y'all say?
Yeah.
Alright.
Just the other thing I could do is I
Yeah, I'm
could
pretty relaxed.
spend the momentum and still roll. But anyway.
You could, and you could get more momentum, or you could get complications and the entire planet explode. You don't
'Cause
know.
I can clear one complication at least with my Legion of Honor, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
everything else.
Yeah. So it's
I
up
think
to
I'm
you.
gonna do that. I'm just gonna use that momentum to buy a die and then just.
Okay.
Hey, look at that!
Wow,
It's got
nice.
3 momentum back.
Alright,
Or
so
however many.
you've got 3 momentum, and he is,
I threw that rock hard.
yeah, you convinced him for sure.
Good job, Captain.
So the captain, do you want her to keep running this way, or do you want her to stop at Drusilla?
You know what? Maybe she's forgotten. I'll say, well, if she'd helped Drusilla, that'd be great. I just don't trust her to do that because she tried to tell me to shoot her last time before I had to knock her out. So,
Do you want to roll an insight command or insight medicine to see what if her mental state is getting any better?
I'll do insight medicine. My command's not as good. If I can.
Alright. I will say though, once you do that, that task is, or that your round is gonna, basically you'll be running next turn or
Okay.
round. So yeah, you're not gonna get any momentum, but you know, her survival instinct, you know, her adrenaline level is coming down a lot, and it looks like that she kind of is more trusting towards you, and if you, now she's still probably going to hesitate if she sees the gill on Drusilla, but she's not going to be the one trying to help Drusilla. You will, so you could potentially have her guard while you do that.
Okay. My bedside manner. That's why she's warming up to me.
Yeah, exactly. So you went, and he's now over here. So I'll let you guys run if you want to and get to Drusilla, but then it's gonna be his turn. He climbs down and he's gonna reach for the weapon, so you're gonna have to shoot him before he gets it. Control and security, difficulty 2.
Alright, I would like to spend momentum to get the 3rd die.
Okay. Puts you down to 2.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
Alright, I want to use Legion of Honor to ignore that to ignore the complication.
Fair enough. So you just missed. You hit the
Aside
rock,
from that-
and the rock. There's a big hole in the rock. But he has now picked up his weapon, and that will be his turn. We're gonna jump to. I will ask the players as soon as I turn this volume down. I will ask the players, would you rather me go back to where you guys are in the chamber, or to the Marines where you guys are on the other planet? And the reason why I'm asking you is because Kasal is not here, so it doesn't really matter what he thinks, but you guys are playing on both sides. So actually Shamar isn't on one, so never mind. Let's go to the planet real quick.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're not playing on the other planet. You're only on this planet.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
So you guys are all like standing in this area. You've just, if I remember correctly, you just treated Vosky. What is? I will say that as you are looking at these alien ancient consoles, you realize that this one that the Gorn was at begins glowing orange, and the Iconian Gateway begins to spin up, or that's the Stargate term. It begins to activate. what do you do?
I don't know. A ghoul is stepping through the Shaddai in any event. Looking at that.
Can we see through the gateway? Like
Yeah.
You will be if you don't try to deactivate it. Yeah, you would be able to see through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a gander. What do we see?
Well,
Alright.
Yeah.
on that.
What do we see?
On that theme.
Before we make any
which-
decisions, what do we see?
Well,
Yeah.
hang on that theme, we might learn about what's going to be on the other side before it opens, because when it opens,
Exactly.
it might already be too late for it to shut down. Which is looking at the terminal. I appreciate it'll be a difficult role, but can Vosky attempt to work out the sort of destination on the other side of the portal in a case of where the hell is this thing opening up? What is happening?
It will open up in a random place in the galaxy and then start cycling through every 5 seconds to a different world.
Right. Okay.
Oh!
Yep.
Yeah, unless you know how to
Yeah.
control these things are worse than useless because it's worse to be in a completely random location than not move at all.
So as this thing activates, unless anyone's going to try to deactivate it, you do begin to see. You even see Earth flash past at one point. You see several other locations, and none of these locations have an Iconian gateway. These are just locations that the Iconians had access to in the past. However, at one point, some of you will be familiar with Centurion Listara, who is currently dragged before Batral and Drenal and another Dren clone. I think Lex and Vosky will recognize Listara and Drenal. Some of you might recognize Batral from the reports. He was an Angosian who worked as the commander of Dinar 1 before he disappeared and ended up on the prison transport, the Alcatraz. I don't think any of you have seen this particular Dren clone as of yet, but yeah.
No,
yeah.
we can probably tell it's a Drain clone.
Basically, Lex turns to Vodsky. That's our traitorous first officer.
Vosky nods. He's being a bit quiet because he doesn't know if sound travels through the portal.
No, it doesn't. I will say though, you have probably 2 seconds if you want to do anything about it. Otherwise, it's going to go to another world.
Vosky's going to look at the control panel to see if he can work out a way of locking it, even temporarily, at a destination so it isn't jumping all the time.
We got 2 seconds though. I mean.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
I looked to Lex. Do we go? What? What are we doing? I'm like inches away from the portal.
I will say that theoretically, you know that that's possible based on how Starfleet has encountered other Iconian gateways. However, you also know that there is no way in 2 seconds you're going to be able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up to Colonel Lex to give the command or not give the command. It will eventually cycle through back to this world, but it may take a few hours.
Oh, great. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah,
don't.
and you don't know if it's a two-way thing.
But you know
Yeah.
Lestara
It's not a two-way
there.
thing. It's not.
It is not a two-way thing. Well, it is if they have a gateway on their side.
Yeah.
The places that you've seen, you have not have an Iconian gateway.
This is it, boys.
And I'm taking threat for every, let's say, 10 seconds that you don't make up your mind.
Come on.
Vosky just says, don't do it. But he'll follow orders.
Do we have a rope nearby?
Did you say a rope?
Yeah.
You think a rope's gonna work with an Iconian gateway?
I'm just taking threat for that idea.
It's
What does it
physical
mean?
matter might hold it open, we don't know.
This isn't Stargate.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a
See, I was
rope
gonna.
in a gate. That's it.
It's a split-second decision. What'd you say?
Yeah, you got to make up your mind, Lex.
This is why you need grenades.
Basically, he says, "Well, fuck it. Let's go and see where it leads."
All right, so he steps through.
Shamar jumps.
Shamar jumps. Vosky, are you going?
Vosky, Yep, Vosky follows. He thinks this is lunacy that he follows
Yeah,
orders.
Shamarcy thinks the same thing, but we have 2 seconds.
Right, and
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm actually going to spend 2 threat, because I think it's fair to say that the others do not have time to step through with you.
Does that include Gasol?
That does, but if he does show up this game, I'll just have it recycle around and he can step through in the next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will come back to you in a moment.
Sweet.
Karava,
Awesome.
you am I correct in assuming you are descending into the underground complex?
Yes.
All right. You come to a what? See, this is why I hate modules. It talks about you guys walking down a path into an underground complex, and then all of a sudden in the next section it's like, hey, the turbolift comes to a halt. Like, at what point did you guys actually get on the turbolift? You didn't. But we will say that there is a lift, just to make it make sense.
Makes sense.
And you guys get on a lift, and I will read what it says.
Can I? Can I use my my focus antiquing to study the lift?
Antiquing? You know what? Yeah, sure. Insight, science, difficulty 0.
A lift appears and it is thoroughly.
Or insight engineering, sorry, because it is a lift. Oh, you already rolled. So you guys get a momentum. It's a lift. It's of Iconian descent or make. It has some of the same blue energy coursing around it, like symbols and all that good stuff. The lift itself is somehow made of stone. I think everything in this place is, to be honest with you. And it is descending rapidly. I would say not fast enough to be super dangerous, but definitely fast enough to let you guys know that this is going to be several levels underground that you guys are going. It is probably hundreds of thousand years old, this lift.
Okay.
The lift comes to a stop, and a large triangle of blue energy, because they love their blue triangles, hums to life on one of the walls. The stone within the triangle turns translucent, revealing a corridor beyond. Small glowing blue triangles of light on the walls illuminate the corridor. Ahead, 2 triangular doors begin opening. The first is to your immediate right. The second is further down the passage, where the corridor makes a left turn. A Romulan and a human step out of the second door. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to stealth it, or do you want to try to attack, or do you want to try to pretend like you're all controlled by parasites and everything's good?
Maybe stealth it.
Alright, I need everyone of these 4 to roll a control. I'll say control or presence, up to you, and security. You know what?
Oh dear lord, I have an applicable focus. I never thought it would happen.
Yep. And the difficulty is going to be 1. So you get 1 momentum for that, Lex. 2 momentum, so 3 momentum. Let's see. So that's, what's that put you at? 5? Is that
6?
6? If you want to spend a momentum, I'll say that Vosky, you succeed. If you want, it's up to y'all. Because it would suck if one person's gigantic weird suit was the cause of everyone being incinerated.
Vosky isn't here. This is Cisnus.
Oh, not Vosky. Yeah, Cisnus. Sorry. I was actually going to say con. You could roll con, but then everyone started rolling, and I forgot. It's fine. Alright, so you're doing that. Awesome. You see one of them is a Romulan Centurion. If I can hopefully find... you're guessing just by the way he moves, he is controlled by a parasite. The other is me looking for somebody. Because, yeah. Yeah, there it is.
I'm gonna say in a helmet macro in a helmet comms or whatever. I'm just gonna say set the kill basically.
Alright.
Like we're gonna make sure, like, you know,
Well, you are
This is-
Romulans.
this is-
I'm assuming
this is
you've
live
got disruptors that are set to kill.
Oh, actually, yeah, they only set the kill.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the
Yeah.
case. All right.
Set the minute.
So after
So
a
the
few
highest
moments,
deadly.
after a few moments, the Romulans, or the Romulan, and the human, which you would recognize as the head execution officer of the Dreadnought, walk down the corridor, kind of away from you, and then they begin descending down a ramp out of sight. You have you could follow them if you want. Don't recommend it, but you have besides the obvious death route, there are two options. You can choose door number 1, which has symbols on it that in Iconian that will tell you what it is if you have a tricorder or any kind of linguistics focus, or door number 2, which has symbols as well, but it's probably gonna be harder to figure out what that is. So it's up to you what you guys want to do.
Since just so I've got like sort of your timelines in my head, but also perhaps dealing with the immediate sense of urgency, as the former captain of the Dreadnought is now off the ship.
No, that's the
and
executive
it's been a
officer.
little. Oh, the executive officer. But you know, still incredibly important person off the ship, and we've been off the ship for a while, but we came down here pretty quickly. Have we or Dr. Angstrom, who was here before the ship crash, felt the planet-ending kaboom?
Well,
of that
number
thing
1,
hitting the planet?
it's not that big. It's not going to
okay.
destroy the planet. Number 2, you've actually only been on the planet like 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can still be up
you
there.
beamed down, you looked at a rock, and you walked through a door. That's pretty much what you guys did. And Angstrom has been running around for 3 to 5 minutes trying not to die. Basically, you guys haven't been on the planet that long. But no, you haven't felt
quite
that
as
yet.
large as the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. I remember when you said it was going to crash into the planet, I compared it against the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, and I went, uh-oh.
Oh no, it's going to cause a lot of destruction, but like breaking the planet
Yeah.
apart and killing everyone immediately.
No, not that bad.
Not that bad. No.
No, not that bad.
All right, so which door do you guys want to look into? Door number 1 or door number 2?
I will ask the science officer, or the person who's Mr. Science, to translate both Arconian descriptions.
All right, reason and science. Let's see if they got a difficulty. Probably. Oh, wow, they do. It's a difficulty of 0. Good job, guys. You're really making this challenging for them. Yep, difficulty 0. Reason and science.
Yeah. Who's Mr. Science?
That's Norel.
I'll say Norel. Can you translate these descriptions, please?
Wow, good thing it was difficulty 0. You could spend momentum to get more information, but I will say that the first door, you detect the symbols on it. The word is the library, and the second door, it says it basically is like command level office, essentially where an executive officer might kind of do his work if his ship had just crashed.
Okay.
So which door are you guys going to?
Wait. What do you think?
Executive officer.
Yeah, right.
So you're going to the command
Yeah, we're
office?
Yeah.
Alright. You walk in, you see a desk and nothing else.
Okay. I'm gonna mix these papers up, then we'll go through the other door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Talk about bitter.
Does it look as though this office is being used, or is this as in someone's recently started using it again, or is this
It's-
abandoned for thousands of
Yeah,
years?
the second one.
Executive officer.
It looks like they probably just beamed down and was like investigating, like, can we use this for anything? No? Okay, bye. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So it's basically following on about. But looking at the desk, does the desk look as though it's got, controls, access points?
I'll give you a
etc.,
clue
like
as to what
you
it's
would
made
in
out
a
of.
Starfleet desk.
I'll give you a clue as to what it's made out of. It starts with a sto and ends with a n. It's a
Okay,
stone desk.
alright.
There's no computers on it. There's some symbols, but they're equivalent to the symbol that says desk, basically.
Right. Okay. It's not a something more equivalent to say that the more electronic style tables you get in a captain's ready room kind of affair. Okay, all right.
You also, everyone, I will say everyone for free gets the impression that a lot of this would make more sense if you were actually Iconian. Like you think that all these glowing symbols are access points for like Iconian, like the Iconian species themselves. It would be the equivalent of like a Borg node is really only useful to a Borg that can insert a Borg device into the Borg node. So like you guys can like read what these things are saying and even activate some of them with your power source, but like you're missing a whole hell of a lot based on the fact that you're not Iconian.
Damn, there's
Ready
some
to go in the
pictures of what
library?
these guys look like, and they look pretty sick.
Yeah, we'll go to the library.
Alright, so you go to the library.
Adventure in reading.
Alright, you step into an empty, pyramid-shaped chamber. Small niches line the smooth stone walls. Shocking. These dusty, shallow recesses hold palm-sized pyramids, all sculpted from an unknown metal. What do you want to do?
Boring.
That's
Boring.
boring.
Let's go downstairs.
Let's leave.
I love the DM commentary midway through. Yeah, this is a shitty description. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna track water the metal pyramids.
All right.
That'd be interesting.
Reason, science, difficulty 0 again.
Okay,
Wow.
I'll give it a try.
The next
I'll give
sentence says success reveals that the objects are solid. No, really. And you wonder why I rewrote this module.
Wow.
I'm not doing science anymore.
Wow. Well, the good news is it was difficulty 0. You just didn't get any momentum. And you know that there are solid pyramids inside recesses in the walls. They contain no known mechanism, though they emit an energy signature like a battery. Is there anything else that you do while you're in this library? Oh, speaking of which, this is not even. Let me move you guys to the actual library where you are.
Like
There
we
you go.
think we're like they think we're like so dumb we can't identify what an
Yeah.
energy source.
Hey, it's Iconians. All bets are off.
Yeah. Really.
Alright.
All right. Not that you're gonna be here much longer, but I figured I'd show you what. Imagine this, except everything's metal. Everything's stone.
Okay. We'll get the pyramids and put them into place, I guess.
The pyramid glows blue in your hand. The light flickers and sputters as if the mechanism was damaged. Images flood into your mind at an alarming rate, depicting millions of people dying in an orbital bombardment on some distant planet, though some survived by stepping through a gateway into this world.
Okay. Alright then.
I need whoever picked it up, probably just Karava, to roll a control or fitness and security with a difficulty 3 and a complication range of 5.
Oh Jesus.
Yep.
Difficulty 3. Complication 5. What was it? What was it in control security?
Control or fitness and security.
I'm gonna go control, and I'm gonna buy 2 momentums to make it up to 4.
Alright.
What would investigation or persuasion?
This is a constitution check. This is a constitution check.
Okay.
If you got composure
Okay.
or something like that.
shit.
Whoa!
No.
Nice. Yes.
Welcome to brain damage.
What the heck?
Oh.
I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna spend to get rid of some of that complication, I suppose.
We don't have enough momentum.
You
for
can get
all
rid of
those.
1. Yeah. You can.
Yeah.
Does it matter if I get rid of 1?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Let me look and see if you have anything in your commendations. Do you? What was that commendation that
The
get?
determination.
Yeah,
What's that about?
you could do a determination, but wasn't there a commendation that gets rid of a complication, Engstrom, that you had?
I think so.
No, that's one.
Yeah. But which
I've
one
got
was
Legion
it?
of Honor, and I've got the Valor Medal.
Yeah.
Legion of Honor is one I'm thinking of.
Okay, so
I got the Legion of Honor.
okay, so you can get rid of 3 if you use a commendation, if you use 2 momentum, and if you use a determination. And
Oh,
you
do all of
have
that.
you have 2 determinations. So, well, now you have 1 if you use it on that. So basically, you can get rid of all 3 complications, which is really good. But
I'll do that.
you still failed. So I need you to do something. Go to on your character sheet where it says challenge dice, right under task roll, and type in 3, and then hit enter, and then click the com badge and roll 3 damage dice. All right, so you take 4 damage. Take 4 stress.
Rolling extra. Oh my god, rolling extra good today.
Basically, electricity flows through your hand and your arm as you hold this, and basically shocks your brain with all these images. Now, thankfully, you didn't. You got rid of all those complications, so there's no lethal damage here. It's just basically, you're in a lot of pain.
I'm gonna ask. Is there a Medicare?
I mean, did one of your people bring a medical kit?
I hope they did.
Well, you could spend a momentum to say you did.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Because that might be important with
It
coming up.
might be.
I'm gonna request some medical help.
All right, who's got a decent medicine? Definitely not Karava. He's a 1.
Yeah.
Who else?
Norel has 3.
Okay, it's probably going to be the best.
I have 1.
Yeah, you can use control or daring and medicine. Difficulty is 1, and 1 will give him 2 stress back. And if you spend momentum, it'll be 1 momentum for 1 stress back. So it depends on if you get any momentum.
There's no momentum.
I know. It depends if she gets momentum with the roll. All right. So difficulty was 1. So you have 1 momentum. Karava, do you want to, or Karava or Norel, do you want to spend that momentum to give him another stress back, or take away another stress? I guess I should say. Hello. No. All right.
I have no preference, but I feel like this is Karava's decision.
Oh.
Well, you're the one healing him.
I'll say yes.
All right, so you're down to 1 stress, which is good. You only have 1 stress now, so you're at 0 momentum.
Okay.
And yeah, you basically realize as you're grabbing these things, most of the other pyramids in the room are inactive. It looks like they've either been damaged or drained of power or something. The one that you happen to grab just happened to be the one with the most power in it. So we're gonna jump from the library back out to Engstrom's death. I mean the ruins.
Whoa! Damn!
Alright, so if I remember correctly, it's Engstrom's turn, and he has picked up his weapon, and he is going to fire on his next turn. Which actually won't be immediately, because the Herosian has to go. Alright, so what is Engstrom doing? Is she healing, or is she shooting? I guess that's the question.
She's gonna have to heal, so she'll have to... Okay, never mind. No. Sorry. She has to shoot because she's not ready to give the captain the rifle yet, so no.
Okay. So, yeah.
Be a plucky young lieutenant, probably make a bad decision, but she's still young, so she doesn't know this stuff as much.
It's alright. So, control and security, difficulty is 2. And yeah. Nope. You missed. And now, also, guys, remember that... let me look it up before I say it again, because I sometimes say wrong things. But I'm pretty sure rifles have the accurate thing, which means you can re-roll the d20s. But let me make sure.
Standard Type 3 phaser does, yeah.
Yeah, I know most of them.
Yeah.
Like that, and what's the other one? Accurate.
Yeah, let's see. Damage effects.
So yeah, if it's a Type 3 phaser, it's got accurate and charging. If it's a disruptor, it's accurate and vicious 1.
Alright, so yeah, you can re-roll one of those d20s. I know last time I said it was d6s, but I was wrong.
Except my character sheet says it is a phaser type 2.
No,
So
okay.
I do not have accurate.
But she physically gave you the rifle, so you could put on your character sheet the rifle, which I can do if you don't know the stats, which you probably don't.
Mine's this is a mess of weapons that I do not carry right now.
Basically, you have to re-roll the 1d20.
Yeah, let's see, range. Yeah, all you got to do is control and security and roll a d20, just one, not two. And if you get a success on that, then you've actually you were able to hit. There you go. So you managed to hit the Romulan, and I have added the damage onto your character sheet, so you can go down and find Rifle Type 3, and just click on the comm badge, and it should give some damage. Nice. Yeah, he's done. It's a rifle. It's a phaser, so he's stunned. He goes down. Ugh. He slumps against the rock wall. So now it's going to be the Hirogen's turn. The Hirogen was over here looking for you until he heard a weapons fire. So now he's going to make his way through here. Do you want to give Kulira the rifle so she can shoot him, so you can help Drusilla?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, take this.
Let's see. I'm going to roll for horror. If I can find her character sheet. Control and security. Ooh. Well, the good news is she succeeds. Do you guys... you don't have any momentum, do you? So she hits him. Let's see what kind of damage she does. Hopefully it's enough to stun him at least. One, two, three, four. So he is staggered. He's not unconscious, but he is staggered. Kind of staggered back against the rocks. Almost falls over. So now it's going to... Let's see. He is unconscious. I'm just going to take him off the board. And I'm going to use the recover task to basically roll him recovering from almost being knocked down. He gets up. He is going to take aim at Kulira, and it is now your turn, Engstrom.
Okay. Okay, Engstrom's gonna run over here and just grab this disruptor, because if the captain's going down, she's gonna need to be able to react pretty quickly.
Okay. So, let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure... Oh, of course, it's the wrong one. I'm pretty sure that's going to just be a minor action or minor task, whatever they want to call it. Let's see. Aim, drop prone, movement. Yeah, movement and interacting are minor actions. So you can still heal, or try to heal Drusilla if you want to. It'll be a control or daring and medicine, and then a difficulty. In this case, it's going to be difficulty 2 because, yeah, she was definitely hit pretty bad. And this will basically just keep her stabilized if you succeed. It won't, like, completely save her life unless you get her to a sick bay.
Okay, you said that was a difficulty 2 medical task?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to use my Starfleet Surgeon's decoration to reduce that down to a 1.
Nice.
Just to give myself an extra chance there.
All right.
Okay, so we got some momentum now.
Nice.
Guys.
You got 2 momentum, and you can spend the momentum to increase the level of stress removed, but you probably won't because she's an NPC.
No, I'm not going to.
That's
I need that
fine.
momentum real fast.
Yeah. So she kind of she wakes up. She was pretty much stunned when those bolts hit her, but her eyes open. She looks to you and she murmurs thank you. You can barely hear her, of course, but then her eyes widen as she sees the Hirogen has taken aim at Kulira. So now I'm going to roll for the Hirogen. If I can find his character sheet. Alright. And he misses somehow. With that gun, I don't see... It should be a difficulty 1, to be honest with you. But he misses, probably because he's just trying to recover from having almost fallen over some rocks. And now she is going to basically try to take him down. If I can find... I feel like I say that every single time. If I can find the character sheet. Alright. and you guys get a momentum, and she hits him square in the chest. Let's see what kind of damage is done. A lot of damage is done. Basically, the bolt
Way to
of
be, Captain. Way to
phaser
go.
energy hits him square in the chest, throwing him back against the wall and knocking him out. And yeah, so now Drusilla is still gonna be like, she can't really move at the moment. You could pick her up, or you could like make her stable and leave her there, or you could just sit there with her. It's up to you. But you can't. She can't walk on her own, basically.
There's no one around, right? It doesn't seem like there's anybody in the vicinity right now. But I feel like that would, if the captain doesn't seem like I'm gonna just check on the captain real fast before I turn my attention back to Drusilla. Because I want to
Okay.
make sure that, now that the captain has a weapon, I want to be sure I'm not gonna get one pointed at me.
So she's looking around, kind of keeping an eye out for enemies as you walk up to her. She looks to you and says, "Good work." She looks at the disruptor pistol in your hand, and she looks down at the rifle, the phaser rifle in her hand, and she says, "You want to trade? I'm probably better with disruptors, and you're probably better with phasers."
Okay.
All right. So she says, "The gateway was that way," and she looks down at Drusilla, and she says, and she kind of steps closer to you, and she says, "I don't think we can take her. I think we're gonna have to leave her here."
Well, I can't just leave her to die,
She
Try
thinks
to
for a
cook.
moment.
Captain.
She thinks for a moment. She says, she looks around. She sees the dreadnought still falling to the planet, burning up, debris going everywhere. Fiery debris is raining down around everywhere. And she says, "The best we could do is move her to some kind of secure location, but the walk back is about 15 minutes. I don't know if she can last that long. The walk back to the gateway."
Not to mention all the forces that have gone that way. If we run into anything more. Okay. So I think what Engstrom's going to do then is she'll pull off her comm badge and then just leave it with Drusilla. And then hopefully no one is Drusilla except for Star.
Okay.
That's
Drusilla,
gonna be-
Yep. Drusilla takes the comm badge and looks up at you, and that's what I meant to do. Turn on this stupid light. She looks up at you and nods and says, "Thank you. Go and find safety. I don't know if there's an actual Iconian gateway on this planet, but if there is, find it and get off this godforsaken world."
Okay. Well, if we get Starfleet back in the area, they'll know where to find you. Just don't lose that.
She nods and says, "Thank you, I won't." Alright, so you guys head towards the gateway? We're gonna jump to Shaymar, Lex, and Vosky enter into this large underground chamber to find Centurion Drusilla being forced to her knees. And almost as soon as you guys get there, the gateway shifts and changes, and becomes another location altogether. And
We do at least know it has an opening on this side.
Yeah, but there's a gateway on this. Exactly what I was about to say. Yeah.
yep, so you know that much. And for the sake of me having to write a bunch and not being able to say it, I'm gonna say that you guys are at the moment, for like 10 seconds, out of view of the enemy while I recite Listara's cry as she screams. She says, "No!" And as you look at the image that appears, you see a star, you see a planet, you You see mountains. You see a dark sky. You see what this will you'll have to imagine, but you see above in the upper atmosphere of this planet, probably hundreds of thousands of streaks of light of burning fire that you can't really tell what it is just yet. But she screams, "No! All these centuries I have led my children through the stars, between the vast expanse of galaxies in search of a world to colonize before our own died. All these centuries wasted. Years ago I heard my sister's distant cry from the earth. I came in response. But I made an alliance with a great evil, a far more insidious leech than I. In exchange for access to the infamous Armada's dimension jump drive technology, we were promised Romulus itself. I had thought our salvation was at hand, but I was deceived. By you, the greatest evil, the infamous evil." And this man, we'll say he's carrying a cigar because it's funny and cool. He pulls the cigar out of his mouth and flicks it away, and he chuckles and he says, "Oh, be silent, drama queen. While you and your repulsive kin were wasting time building monsters, my clones and servants were researching you and your parasites, looking for a way to sever your connection from your colony of bugs. And now, the infamous Armada commands your entire species, or what remains, along with the Angosian, Mariposan, and Gorn mutants, and more than half the Romulan Senate. You are no longer needed, treacherous slug." And he nods to Batral, and his eyes glow red as the paw wraith within him uses telekinesis to squeeze the mother creature within Centaurian Listara, and she begins to suffocate. At this point, any of you can do whatever you want.
I look to Lex once again. Pull out the phaser and look to Lex.
Like there's a lot of very high-profile people in a very small amount of space.
Exactly.
I'm thinking, like, getting cover and then set phasers on area.
Yep.
Okay.
Taking words
do
out of
it.
my mouth again.
Let's do it.
I will say the act of you emerging from the gateway and running for cover will get their attention. You will get the cover that you seek, so there will be a difficulty 3 to hit you instead of 2. But they will know that you're there because you literally just came out of the gateway they're staring at. So
Yeah.
you guys make way to cover, and the commandant turns, sees you guys behind some boxes or consoles or something, and screams to his soldiers, kill them all, but make sure that mother creature dies immediately." Alright, so players, first action, what is it? I guess I'm asking Lex. What is your... Do you want to use your direct? I believe, if I remember correctly, using direct in association with something else, but I can't remember what it was, gives
He says
2 actions. Go ahead.
He goes to turns to Shaman and says, "Wide beam."
Alright.
You're already on it. Ding, 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 and I pop out of cover and just
Alright, so
blast the whole area.
control and security for Shamar. Difficulty is 2 because they're not behind cover. Presence and command, roll 1 dice. Lex to assist. Nice. Let's see what Lex gets. So 4 successes, so you guys are up +2 momentum, so that puts you up to 5. And who are you taking aim at out of all these enemies?
Is not there. It goes. Definitely the commandant, but I'm doing wide area beam to try and hit as many people as I can.
Alright, so if you hit him, and you did because of your roll, you also hit these 2, the Romulan that's controlled by a neuroparasite and his executive officer. So go ahead and roll your damage dice. The commandant will get full damage, and the other 2 will get half of what you roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he takes 8 damage. Let's see what that puts him to. Probably nothing good.
Oh, also because I can use this when a character assists a superior, the superior gains a bonus momentum.
Ah, nice. That's what. Yeah, that's
That'll put us up to 6.
Oh, I forgot what his stress level was. He what was that? I believe it was 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof.
Oh, they saw us. Never mind.
Yeah, they definitely did. All right, so you hit him square in the chest with the beam. He staggers, and I am going to spend 2 threat to get rid of his injury. He staggers, but he glares at you, and he draws a weapon. Roll an insight security. This is not going to be your turn or anything, your task or turn or anything. I just want to see if you notice what kind of weapon he's pointing at you. Yeah, we'll say the difficulty is 2.
Sure.
I actually forgot what it was called, so let me Google it real quick. I know what it looks like. I just cannot remember for the life of me what it was called. It was called some weird thing. There it is. You notice that he is carrying one of, as far as you know, in this galaxy, there was only 5 ever made. And I'm posting it in the.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yep.
Oh, please be what I think it is.
The Veron T disruptor.
Yes, yes.
And
I'm like, oh shit, get down.
Yeah, he is going, and you could tell that there are some devices on it, and that are not normal. I mean, these guys are known for their modifications
Yeah.
of ships and weapons. Vosky, roll an insight and science, difficulty 1. Lex, roll an insight and engineering, difficulty 1. Let's see if you guys can figure out what this is modified with.
Yeah, I just watched this episode again not too recently. Yeah, so Shamar will see that immediately as he like pops out of cover, shoots the wide area beam, and just like, everybody get down, get down.
Ooh, Vosky, +2 to momentum, so you guys are 8 momentum. You both notice that there's some kind of temporal chronoton emitter on the side, which basically means that when he vaporizes somebody, it's going to feel like they're dying for hours, not moments. They're going to be dying for hours. And this is purely to induce the most amount of pain. It has nothing to do, it's probably not very efficient, but
Yeah.
he wants to cause pain.
It's tactically useless, but it makes everyone afraid of him, and he's a sadist.
Yes, very much so. So he is going to actually aim at Cardassian, and I've already taken the damage for the other 2, so you guys don't have to worry about that.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to spend a threat, and I'm going to. Yes, he has a focus in murder.
What a sentence.
4.
Although, actually, I could be all pernickety and go, well, actually, it's self-defense. It's not murder. But yeah, nah.
That's true. So he hits you. I apologize in advance how much damage this does. But I did warn you guys.
So as far as my stress level, has this been a next scene? Am I at 0 stress? Because if not, I have a bunch of stress.
Well, I guess my question would be, because I know you guys healed Vosky, or at least to an extent. Would you guys have basically, before you went through the gateway, basically had the medic that was there with you heal you guys? If so, just spend a momentum.
Yes.
Okay, then just
Yeah, that would be sensible.
spend a momentum and say everyone's back to, or at least you guys are back to normal health. Because I think that's completely logical.
God, yeah.
All right. All right. Again, I apologize. What? Look at all those zeros. Well, it's still a yeah. So basically, he hits you in the shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you take 7 damage as he grazes your shoulder. That's just grazing your shoulder. I don't know what that puts you as far as stress.
So you said 7 damage?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky he didn't get any effects. The temporal, the temporal pain of the eternal pain did not kick in.
Yeah, he gives a nog scream, man. Just, the ground, and he's not looking happy.
All right. So now, Vosky, Lex, who's going? Oh, actually, Lex, technically you went. So Vosky, what do you do?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is a very bad situation. We're horrendously outnumbered. Is it just these? So there's not waves and waves of extra security guys approaching. It's just the guys that we have
Yep. So far.
on the screen so far.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. Oh, should I? Yes, I will, because it's evil.
Do it.
Whatever it is.
So, using some of his science smarts, he's going to like fiddle around with his gun ever so slightly. Take what is going to be a intentionally difficult shot. So I'm appreciating this is probably going to be more than the normal amount of difficulty. An attempt to hit the incredibly nasty disruptor in a way that'll make it go kaboomph. And what I'm hoping, what I am hoping is that we can, take it in a relatively small fashion, so as that this Dren clone is going to get a taste of his own medicine if it goes up. Is the plan?
Please.
Plus.
Isn't there some sort of like sci-fi like fucking technobabble about like a temporal explosion? I don't know. This scares me.
So it's like an explosion. It's not shooting, right?
So it's attempting to use his own device against him, as it were,
Okay.
and causing it to go up in a way that will.
This is definitely going to be two tasks, because
Okay, fair enough.
You're not just pressing some buttons on a phaser. You're like literally having to redo how it works. So
This makes complete sense.
Yeah.
the good news is you're behind some bold or some consoles or something, so you have some cover. So it's going to be a difficulty 3 to do that, and then it's going to next turn when it's your turn. It's going to be a difficulty 3 to actually hit him with it, to basically throw it in his direction.
Fantastic. So difficulty 3, reason science. Did you say?
In this case, it'll be engineering. It's definitely a mechanical, like you're dealing with a phaser.
Okay. Fair enough. Yes, that focus applies. Difficulty 3, we've got a lot of momentum, so I will consume 2 of them. And I shall... Trying to see if there's anything else I can activate.
Determination.
That's for the shooting.
Yeah, which you'll probably need.
To see theory into practice. No, I can activate those next time. This isn't a science roll, and it's under a high time pressure, so I'm not going to be able to use mental repository. Here we go. I succeed and generate 1 extra momentum. 6.
All right. So you now have basically a temporal bomb in your hand.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the head execution officer, and he is reaching behind him to pull out a Klingon disruptor rifle that is mounted to his back and pointing it in your general direction, and whatever it hits, he's fine with. Difficulty is 3, control and security. I should say it should be daring security, because he's just going to scream and do that Picard in the holodeck in First Contact scene. But yeah, no, control and security with a scream. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to spend threat. So he definitely hit somebody. I have no idea who it's going to be, so I'm going to roll some dice. Actually, I'll just do it on here. That is Vosky. Yeah, okay. It makes sense. I think he would see what you're trying to do, or he thinks you're trying to overcharge your phaser. He doesn't know about the whole trying to make it take longer, but he is definitely going to hit you with his Klingon disruptor rifle. Let me roll some damage. Let's see, Klingon, where is it? Particle rifle, disruptor rifle is 4. Wow. 1,
Nice.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus vicious 9, 10, 11. 11 damage. Do you have anything to
Okay.
get rid of that?
I do have stuff that will get rid of some of it. Votsky is on 1 remaining stress point.
Is that before or after?
That is once I have applied my resistance, etc.
Gotcha. All right. And what are you gonna do to get rid of the injury?
It's straight determination to do that kind of stuff, isn't it?
So did you already use did you already use a determination?
No, not since the reset.
Okay. Did you already use 2 momentum? Because I believe you can only do it once per scene, if I remember correctly.
I haven't used the 2 momentum to buy off an injury.
Okay. Then that probably is your best bet.
Okay, take us to 4 momentum. Okay, yep.
Now you still take the regular stress, but you are still up and
Jolly
about.
then.
You're still up and
Okay,
about.
yep.
All right. So now, Lex, what do you? The first turn it was great to direct, but I think it's time to start shooting. That's just my opinion.
Yep. He's gonna shoot the head executioner.
All right. Difficulty 2, control and security. Do you have a phaser rifle? I believe. So
I should.
yeah. If you don't have it in your character sheet, I can add it. Because I know you guys when you left, you
I don't-
left. Let's see. Oh yeah, you.
I don't have it.
All right, I'll write it in
You
there.
might.
I'll write it in there. Phaser rifle. So I believe it's 4. All right, so yeah, you got it now. So yeah, control and security, difficulty 2. Oh, the complication for the commandant, by the way. Well, he no longer has the disruptor rifle, so he tosses it aside as it has overheated. All right, you hit him. Roll damage. It's funny because he shoots at Bosky, hits him, and then he's and then as soon as he does, he looks at the rifle. It as it overheats, he throws it to the ground, and then is immediately shot by Lex. Wow. Yeah, he's out.
How's that?
He's unconscious. He is stunned and out of. He goes sliding across the linoleum floor. Yeah, basically, karma. He is out. All right. Now it is our turn. Let's see. He already went. I think, but it's safe to say, Batrall is busy killing someone. Drenal is. I'm sorry. He's got to go after Lex. That's his nemesis. It would be Karava, but Karava's not here yet. So he's going to charge. And this is just for the sake of I'm trying to make it so that he's not on the other characters. There we go. He is going to charge him and draw from him an old from behind. He's going to draw an old ceremonial sword that an old ceremonial Romulan sword, and he is going to run and bypass. He's going to attempt to bypass Shamar and basically stab Lex through the chest. This is going to require a major roll. All right, so go ahead.
So Shamar can get a roll to see if he can trip him.
Yep, or just get out the way.
I would be either laying down or laying up against the wall, still probably screaming because it probably still feels like I'm being shot at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess tripping makes sense. I'll try it.
So he has values, so he's gonna use a value called the Infamous's Ultimate, and he's gonna get 2 automatic successes. He does need 3 to run to you and actually do anything. Otherwise, he's probably going to get shot before he does anything. So
what was the roll again?
It's for he's running past you. He's not attacking you.
Wasn't I trying to trip him or whatever?
Well, his target is Lex, so if he succeeds, if he gets 3 successes, which it's highly likely, he basically bypasses you altogether. He goes around you, so you can't even do anything. But if he doesn't,
cool.
Then you may have your day with him. I'm also spending a threat to get another dice, and let's see what he rolls. So that is a total of 4 successes. So Lex needs at least 4 successes to not get stabbed by this blade.
Okay, I'm gonna use my determination.
Okay. Which value? Or directive?
I'm gonna use my value. My homeworld cannot trust my people.
Yeah, that's true. You can't trust him. Although you're aware that he's not like actually Romulan, right? That's the thing. He was physically, genetically altered to look Romulan.
Yeah, really can't trust him then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
sure.
can't trust him.
That is true. You know, he actually has some Romulan DNA, so yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and roll. So you have 2 already. You just need 2 more successes. Do you want to spend any? You have 4 momentum if you want to get some dice.
I'm gonna get 2 dice with 2 momentum.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Good thing you got some extra dice. You managed to barely get out of the way of the sword as it like grazes your arm. It doesn't go through skin, but it definitely cuts your uniform as it passes your shoulder where your heart was less than a second ago. Now roll damage unarmed. And tell me if you get an effect, you can knock him down. Or you can disarm him, one of those 2. Which one do you want to do? Knockdown or disarm?
Can I knock him down to land on the sword?
No, because he only took. Well, yeah, I guess so. He took 5 injury, so that's an injury. Or he took 5 stress, so that's an injury. So yeah, you basically step aside, knock him to the ground, and he lands on his blade. But it doesn't do that much damage. It just does enough to like it goes through his arm basically, the arm that he doesn't even use. So it does some damage, but not enough to slow him down a whole lot. Alright, so that is that. I think we're going to... Let's jump real quick. Remember that it is going to be...
Either Shamar or Volsky next.
Yep, one of you guys. As we jump to the library that you guys are having so much fun in. What are you guys doing? Are you still doing stuff in the library? Or... I will say that you can... There is a hum to the room that you can... something has changed in the underground chamber. You're not sure what it is, but something has definitely changed. Something has activated in the underground chamber. Not necessarily in the library, but just in the general vicinity of where you guys are.
Mikhail says, why don't we go investigate that hum? There's nothing really interesting here.
Volsky's not Volsky, Cisnus is entirely on board with that.
After seeing what these pyramids have done to our commander, I'm inclined to agree.
Alright. Karava, if you are still with us, I'm assuming that you guys are heading out. Let's see.
I'm gonna ask, can we, like, if we look down, like down here, can we see what's down there? Is it just like a stone floor?
Stone?
It's
Okay.
just this is a pool of water. Like you can see a reflection. Like it's just a pool of water. It's not.
Okay.
You can.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that we're gonna follow after the 2 we saw before.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, all right then. Just go down there. Just get ready to negotiate with these people robustly, with extreme prejudice.
Okay.
Oh, no extreme prejudice, but just regular amount of prejudice. Is it
With disruptor prejudice?
With an adequate amount of prejudice.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head out
Getting into it.
and you head down the corridor that you guys saw the other 2 heading.
Yep.
When you get to the bottom of that ramp, let's see, you come to a room. On a dais in the center of the pyramid-shaped room, because everything's pyramid-shaped, 2 spiral arches curve inward toward each other, but never meet. Between the arches, blue energy shimmers like the waves of an ocean. A Romulan centurion stands before the arch, her face awash in a blue glow. Control stations line the wall, manned by Romulans and other species, and you can see that the man here is using some kind of telekinesis to crush Centurion Listara, which Karava you would recognize. You can also see behind some consoles your fellow crew members are duking it out and are very much outnumbered against the Romulans, Remans, and others. And you recognize Drenal.
Okay then. I'm gonna say we will. Can I see that my crew members are getting attacked, or are they just?
Yes.
Or is this just like a big melee?
Isn't that the same thing?
Yes, they're getting attacked.
Yeah.
They could also be affected by parasites as well.
Oh no, you're pretty sure that they're not parasite. Because I mean, again, I'm assuming everyone took the anti-parasitic. If not,
Yeah.
then you're
Okay.
taking the paranoia to a new extreme.
I don't think we came across we didn't come across the anti-parasite stuff.
I thought you were on the
I think.
Dicarius when the science officer literally was like, "Here's the anti-parasitic. Everyone should take it, but it's up to you if you want to or not." Because I told you guys to write in your character sheets if you did or not. Some of you did.
I don't think I was there for that.
The commander
I don't think I was there for that.
Okay.
Yeah, commander was.
That's
Yeah,
what-
you did take it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
everyone took it.
I think Casal
okay.
is the only one I remember that didn't, but I'm fine with just saying you did, and so that you know that they're on your side to make the whole. Because I don't want to go through the whole. Oh, we're not sure. What do we do? That would take way too long.
Okay, then I'm going to So I'm gonna assume that we can kill these. We're gonna have to talk to these people robustly.
Yes, with green energy
Pistol.
weapons.
I'm gonna get out my grenade. I'm gonna toss it at them.
All right, control and security, a difficulty 2, because you're coming in behind them essentially. Let's see how much damage you do.
Control security. How many momentum do we have?
2.
We've got
Two.
2, yeah. Please.
Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna use 1, and I'm gonna throw the grenade.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a 16.
I'm
I
gonna-
didn't increase the complication range, so that's just a failure.
Because I left it on a 5.
Yeah. So the grenade rolls to them. Now
Yep.
roll a 4. Where is it? It's a pulse grenade. Yeah, 4 damage dice.
4 damage dice.
Yep.
So do I just use range?
Well, just roll in the challenge dice section up by the dice roller. It's got a challenge dice.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I see what you're saying. You added the pulse grenade, so yeah, you can roll that too. Either one, as long as it's 4d6, it doesn't matter. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's see if they have any effects. For 6, it just has charge. So 6 damage to. Who are you aiming at? Out of these 3 individuals, because they're the closest. Who are you aiming at?
I think the one that's like doing stuff with their mind.
Okay. So he takes 6 damage. They take 3 damage.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let me make sure his stress is.
Ooh. I've got fancy medals as well. Let's see how they work.
What?
Those fancy medals. One of them is in for combat.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? How are you gonna use medals?
By shrapnel.
Not that kind of medal. Alright, so you got the Christopher Pike Medal of Valor. Once per
And the
mission,
Legion of Honor.
direct task, no. benefit once per mission, made 2 bonus momentum on a successful task, or ignore a single complication. So do you want to gain 2 bonus momentum, or you don't have a complication to ignore?
Oh, okay. Nah, that wasn't it then. I was thinking of something else. That's alright. I'll just leave it for the moment.
Alright. So he is injured. He is staggered. He has stopped trying to crush her body. And since you went, it is now going to be one of the enemy's turn. I'm just going to roll to have him recover, basically.
Yeah.
Because he's Power Wraith after all. Let's see. It's going to be
He's a Power Wraith after all.
presence and command. Yeah. So he just kind of shakes it off and is like, is that all you got? Now,
Damn, can you imagine that? Throw a grenade at some dude.
I think it's Shamar. Shamar, you want to go next?
Sure. Or,
I was about to say, I think, yeah, I mean, Volsky needs to enact his plan, and if he takes one more hit, his plan doesn't happen.
Vosky can go, that's fine.
Go ahead.
It's up to y'all.
Go ahead.
Volsky will now, enact the plan, and make his attack against the Dren clone, which, if successful, will hopefully shatter the weapon, causing its power to turn on him, including the temporal torture.
I guess we'll see. Control
We will indeed.
and security. Difficulty is
Control.
3.
Yep. So I'm going to activate, because this guy is clearly an evil sadist nutter.
What? Don't be so judgmental.
I'm going to activate for the greater good value to achieve 2 automatic successes.
Nice.
I will then... We've got 1 momentum. I'm not going to use that. I will, however, use 2 threat to
Alright.
roll 4 dice.
Also, before you roll, I am increasing the complication range to 5 because if it explodes up on you, that would be funny.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Then, in that case, I'm just seeing if I've got anything that can deal with that little problem. I do, but only afterwards. Okay, so control security. I'm going to say that because this is temporal mechanic and quantum mechanic shenanigans, I have appropriate foci.
Yep.
Here we go. Ooh, so I hit him.
With a difficulty of 3? Oh yeah, because you used the
automatic
determination. That's right. So you have
so
3 successes.
He's going to be in a serious amount of trouble. I'm going to use my...
You can re-roll.
That's what I was about to do, yeah. So I'm going to use 1 momentum to re-roll one of those complications. Fine. And then I am going to use my... I believe it's the Légion d'honneur. Yep, to just ignore the other complication.
All right. So no complications, so you don't get caught in the shockwave. And you hit him, and you get a momentum, don't forget. So go ahead and roll 4 damage dice. However, effects, number 1, count as 2, but also effects will basically make him so that he can't do anything for the rest of the scene because he'll be basically in agony the whole time, regardless of how much damage he's taking.
Since that's the same basic damage as the phaser type 3, I'll just roll the phaser type 3. It's the same basic damage.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Aha! So the explosion itself, you could tell if it wasn't reacting with his weapon, it would have just kind of like, that's fine. But because it's basically like if someone gave you a million paper cuts. The injury isn't bad, but after a while, it's hurt. It's a lot of pain. So he is basically out of commission for the rest of this scene. This guy only took 2 damage. 3 damage technically, so he is still up and about.
Vosky, as he now hides behind crates for effectively the entire remainder of the battle because he's only on 1 stress. He's like in full cover. Will, however, say something along the lines of, "This is the price of misusing temporal mechanics."
All right, the Riemann is going to reach out with his empathic mind. Who here is empath? Ooh, Lex, you're part Riemann, aren't you? He is going to reach
Yeah.
out and try to cripple your mind. If I can.
Yo.
You know what? I'm just going to roll 2 regular dice because I don't really feel like looking for his character sheet. Ooh, 2 successes. Roll a control and command. See if you can resist his mental influence.
I don't even care what it does. That just sounds cool.
Can I? I'm gonna use 1 momentum.
All right. I think that's all you got. You get just what you need. So you realize that this other Riemann is trying to get into your head, but you shake it off. I'm gonna let you attempt. Roll 2 damage dice, 2 challenge dice. Let's see if you can do damage back to him.
Ooh, yes.
It's not gonna be much, but it might be enough to stagger him a bit, make him think twice. No, it's not. You're definitely half Riemann, not full Riemann.
Yeah.
But he knows that you resisted him, which kind of pisses him off. All right, let's see. I'll let you guys pick Shamar or Cisnus or Mikam or Narelle. Which one of you guys wants to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time for Shayna.
Time for
Alright.
Shayma.
So,
Time to
what
shine.
are we looking at as far as people right now? Just these. I can't click for some reason. Yeah, just these 2 guys here.
So yeah, these
and
2
this guy.
and this guy and pretty much everyone except for the 2 Dren clones.
Is there any way I can catch 2 people within an area
Yeah,
stun again, or
yeah.
yeah, I want to do that. Anyone, if I can grab at least 2 people, I'm gonna shoot for that.
All right, control and security difficulty 2. If you get an effect, then another person will get half the damage. In addition to the original person. Who are you aiming at? The Paw Wraith?
Yeah, let's go for him.
All right. Do you have anything to change that?
Ooh, that
one
is
into
a
2?
very shitty roll. Yes, I do.
Do you have a rifle?
Yeah, he does.
What do you mean?
You can re-roll
Yeah, I have
a
a type 3
d20.
phaser.
Well, if you have a type 3,
Re-roll the-
if you have a rifle, you can re-roll one. So you can re-roll a d20, just like Engstrom did earlier.
Same roll, but reroll 1.
Yeah, just roll 1. 1 d20. Nice.
And then
And then damage.
can I also use a determination here?
You have, if you want to re-roll, but if you want 2 successes, that has to be done before you roll.
Oh, okay. So this is already a success.
Yeah, you've already hit him.
Sweet. Okay.
You just need
cool.
to roll damage.
It is not rolling for some reason.
It's probably freezes. It does that. It'll probably roll like 3 or 4 times after.
Yep, there it goes. There's the bunch of rolls.
Yeah, it hasn't rolled yet for me. So can someone calculate damage for me? Because it's not doing anything for me.
I got. See, we'll just go with the first roll. That's 4 Starfleet badges, 2 and 1.
So 3 plus 4, that's 7 total. So he takes the full 7. Each of these 2 take 4.
Sweet. Yeah, Shamar's still just like on the verge of screaming, probably trying not to for this entire period, but is still just sitting there like trying to take pot shots, but is in severe pain. And that's it.
Hopefully, he is drawing some pleasure or reassurance from the fact that the guy who did it to him is now having.
Yeah,
it done to him.
that was nice. He probably like shook his head and like gritted his teeth, but it was in too much pain to like say anything else.
So when you hit him with the wide beam, you could tell that if he didn't have a power wraith in him, he would be down for the count. But he kind of shrugs it off, and he's very much weaker, but he stands back up and is just he's enraged, and he is going to go after he's probably going to go after you next.
Yeah, he like shoots it, he sees that happen, looks at the phaser, and is like, fuck.
Alright, so this guy's going to go. He is going to take aim and hit anybody that he can hit. I'm just going to roll 2d20 on the side, and he did not hit. So now it's you guys' turn. Macomb, Cisnus, or Norel. Probably Macomb because he's security. right?
Yeah, we'll try and hit.
Probably him, right?
He'll probably try and wide beam it.
All right. So is he? Who's his primary target? Him.
Yeah.
All right. So they'll take half damage if you hit. Control and security difficulty 2. Nice. All right. Roll your damage for phaser rifle.
He doesn't have a phaser rifle on him.
Well, he had to come down with something.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the phaser rifle, but I don't have it on the character sheet. Energy weapon?
Yeah,
does
its damage is 4 plus security.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if players can put energy weapons in their weapons in their character sheet. I've been doing it, but if y'all can, please do.
Yeah.
3.
I think quite
So 2, 4, 6,
I think quite
7,
a few people.
8, 9. So that's 11 damage to this guy. He's out. He is stunned. Well, no, wait. And he's one of the neuroparasite ones, so he might not be out. Let me check his character sheet, see how much. I think he has 3 resistance. So 11 puts him down to 8. Still takes a lot. And then the other 2 take 4. As this guy collapses, his eyes glow red, and then they stop glowing red, and he is
shit.
unconscious. And now the paw wraith is somewhere else. All right.
No.
So this guy is staggered, but now that he knows you guys are there, he turns around. Both these guys, I believe this guy, yeah, he still takes a lot of damage. He's still injured. He's staggered. He's on his knee, but he knows you're there, and he is gonna shake that off next turn. All right, so Narelle or Cisnus?
Narelle will go.
Okay.
I just remember that she has the Tetrion Pulse Disruptor still. I have no idea what kind of effect it has.
I didn't even know she had that.
Oh.
I completely.
Oh, okay. She picked it up back on the Infamous.
Oh, did she? Awesome.
And I guess she's just
She
kept
should
it.
definitely use it then.
She's just hanging it back there with this big rifle and no one's saying so it's control and security.
Yep. Difficulty 2.
And yeah, I guess I'm just going for a wide effect.
All right. Ooh.
All that, and that's probably the radiation part of that.
You're
rifle.
right.
I didn't know how to fix that.
Do you want to try
Not
to?
Oviedo.
Do you want to try to re-roll it or anything, or are you gonna take it as it is?
I will try to re-roll it. This is just difficulty 2, 1 die.
Difficulty 2. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to. What did you use to re-roll it? Just for, because I don't think they have determination.
It was a
Maybe. Oh yeah, they do.
I used another task roll is how I did it. Oh, it was supposed to be a challenge, that wasn't it?
I'm just trying to.
Oh, accurate.
Right. Well, if it's a Tetrion Pulse Disruptor, it's definitely not accurate, but it does.
Oh,
It does a
okay.
lot of damage.
It's definitely more of a wide range. It's like a Gatling.
It's
gun,
a
basically,
yeah,
is
it's a
what it's
minigun. Yeah, we'll just say that you took momentum. I guess you had 1, yeah. But you also have a determination. I gave Narelle 1 value. The Infamous Armada is better than the Borg Collective, which is where she was before. So you could use a determination as well. But yeah.
Like she'd be challenging that determination.
Yeah.
Because
Go ahead.
there's really no board around to compare.
Yeah. Roll the damage dice. I don't remember what it is. Probably like 6 or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because that's definitely going to be vicious. So, and who are you? Are you attacking the neuroparasite or someone else? Okay.
That was that
So,
would be the primary target.
all right. So let's see. I'm just gonna look at his.
Vicious to this.
Looking at it. Wrong one. Antagonist. His. Oof. He is almost down. He, like, the green energy goes through him, tears out the back of his back, blood everywhere, green blood everywhere. But he's like on his knees, like still up, blood coming out of his lip, and like he is about to try to stand up on his turn. Actually, I think it is his turn. So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna stand up slowly and look at you and try to like slowly stagger towards you with one stress remaining, basically. And he is going to. I guess the first person he comes to is going to be McCom. So he is going to try to knock the rifle out of McCom's hand. So that's going to be a daring and security. Difficulty is going to be opposed. So make a daring and security for McCom, and you got to get 2 or more to resist him knocking your weapon away. Nice. +1 momentum. So basically you just move the weapon out the way and he misses. Staggers into the side of the Iconian gateway. Alright, so I believe it's Cisnus, you're the last one.
Hi. Okay, so just check something. Yeah, Cisnus will use the minor bit to move to nearest cover, so it's slightly harder to hit him. And then he will fire at... This guy's still up on 1, isn't he?
Yeah, but this guy's coming
directly
directly towards you, just so you know.
But he's more or less untouched, I think.
Maybe I have to... I think he took 4 damage, if I remember correctly. NPCs. Yeah, he took 4 damage. So yeah, he still has quite a bit.
Yeah, so people who know how to do security can deal with him. We'll try to put down the one who I might, or rather Cisnus might actually be able to take down, the highly injured one.
Okay.
We will make this a ranged attack. I'm not going to use anything special, and I have no applicable foci.
Fun.
Whoopah.
Nice.
Oh wow!
You shoot him square in the chest. Roll damage, and as long as you do more than 4, he is gone. You do more than 4. He is vaporized right in front of you. Alright, so...
Fantastic. And I think we generate a momentum as well.
Alright, we're going to do one enemy, and then we're going to go back to the ruins to see if Engstrom is out there alive. Let's see. I'm going to say the Riemann... Actually, I think... No, it's Drenal's turn for sure. Drenal has just stabbed himself, fallen on his own sword, essentially. But you know what? He's going to keep going. He's going to keep trying. He is anything if not what's the word? Determined, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
Considering he already used the determination and he still failed. You suck, Drenal.
Yeah.
He's you know what? He's gonna go for it. I'm gonna spend 2 threat to get 4 dice, and he's gonna try a decapitation on Lex. Whoa. Can you get 6 successes?
Okay, I'm gonna use 3 threat
Okay.
to get 3 dice.
Okay. Alright. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you definitely don't stop that blade.
I rolled control security.
Oh, but you have a 12 in control, so you know what? You can keep it. If you roll daring, and do you have less daring than? Yeah, I think you have a 7 in daring.
Yeah.
If you roll again, you have to keep that roll. You can roll again if you want, but you have to keep the roll. You can't pick the best one. Yeah. Either way, you fail.
I'm already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I fail.
Yeah. He hits you. It was worth a try. All right. Oh, I forgot all these awesome talents he had.
Oh no.
I'm definitely using those when I remember. So unfortunately, let's see. Looking for sword on the. It's only 2. Stupid. He can't decapitate you, unfortunately. Yeah, he basically nicks your neck and like knocks you to the ground. That's basically all he does. Like you put your arm up just in time
Yeah.
for him not to do any major damage, and that knocks you to the ground.
Yep.
All right, so take 1 stress, and then we're gonna jump to the ruins.
What is this screaming person been doing this whole time?
What screaming
They
person?
just the person in the middle.
In the middle of what?
In the Iconian Gateway picture, there's just that person that's sitting on her knees screaming.
It's
That's
in the
the-
book.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
the Romulan who gave this little speech at the beginning.
Yeah.
The
What
person.
happened to her?
Yeah, she's still recovering from being crushed to death by telekinesis.
Oh,
This is good. I have plans for her.
I bet you do. All right, so you guys, if I remember correctly, are making your way towards the gateway, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
stabilized.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
So
saying Drusilla's stabilized, so Angstrom's we're good.
all right. So for the sake of just everything, I'm gonna say you guys make your way finally to here,
I was
and
gonna
you
say, I'm hoping.
and you walk in, and you see all of this going on. Where is Kalira? It's funny. I literally introduced Kalira for the first 5 minutes in the first game, and we never saw her again until now. Let's see. Antagonist, no. Protagonist. There we go. So Karava, Lex, Vosky, you guys see Kalira run in behind the bad guys, and Dr. Angstrom, Shamar.
It looks
and,
somewhat different from the last time you saw
yeah,
her.
well, I don't know if they would be able to tell from their distance in the darkness, but eventually you will.
A healthy Orion complexion.
Yeah, there's nothing healthy about them. But anyway, so
That blue lighting probably throws it all off too.
all right, so yeah, so what is Angstrom? We're gonna say Angstrom, you go first, and then we'll go back in a cycle like we did before.
Can she tell if anybody on her side is injured? Actually, probably she'd have to run through fire to get to some of those people. So, unless there's a clear path on like this side of the gateway.
You can get to them, but you don't think any of them are injured. You can't even really. They're behind cover. You can't get to them, even if you know. They're basically they have
Then
enemies.
I guess taking aim at. Probably take aim at that Riemann and fire
Okay.
with my.
Yep, control and security, difficulty 2, and I think you have the phaser rifle again.
I do. I'm back to the phaser rifle. Okay, that's looking good with the rest of my teammates.
Good thing you didn't get a complication. You would accidentally hit Cisnus. All right. We're gonna say I'm gonna spend some threat here. You all feel a rumble. The ceiling. You see dust come off of the ceiling down. Some rocks fall out of consoles as they do on Star Trek. Consoles explode. Stone pillars explode. Things are shaking. It's like an earthquake. And let's see. Drenal just went. He can't even do anything. I think this guy hasn't gone in a while, so he is going to fire at Shamar.
Yeah, baby.
Are you still screaming, Shamar?
He's not outright screaming, but he's still in fucking pain.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking to make sure the doctor didn't hear anything. And go, oh no.
Oh no! If you look over, he's not having a good time. He's probably like rolling around and shit.
You can also probably see a pool of blood just seeping
Yeah.
around the corner of the boxes that Vosky is behind.
Wait, we're assuming that I've reached everybody over here at this point. I don't know
Oh,
if I have.
that's a roll. That's one way to roll.
Yeah, so I definitely hit Shamar. Let's see what kind of damage happens with a disruptor pistol. Ooh.
Might be it, fellas.
What do you want?
Let's see here.
Not
much.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 stress.
Yeah, even with my -2, that puts me in a negative. That's it.
So you're not dead until the scene ends, so that's good. If you don't get any attention, so you get hit, you go down. Disruptor kind of burns through your shoulder, and you're gonna do that. You know how the same injury to any NPC or any support character would kill them, like in the show, like any non-main. But then the main character gets shot with the exact same weapon in the same place, but he's like, "Oh, tell my family, I'm only gonna be here for another 30 minutes." Like that's basically you.
Yeah.
All right, so now it is going back to the first of the round. Actually,
Is that a party first?
I have an
Am
idea.
the first to go all the way full down?
I don't know, but I have an idea, and I'm gonna let you guys decide this because I'm just throwing this out there. She is an NPC, but if she directs the doctor to run over to help Shamar, then she can assist in her treating him essentially. Do y'all want me to do that?
I need to
feel
think
like
about bullet sponge.
Even though I'm playing Shamar, it kind of would make sense for him to die right here because I'm still going to be because I'm still going to be playing as alternate universe
Right.
Shamar. So how
Makes
would there be
sense.
two Shamars? Yeah, I don't mind if he dies here.
All right, and
I need to think about bullet sponge.
All right, so if y'all want to do that, then we'll go back to you guys, and I'll let you guys decide who you want to go on your side then.
Can I go?
Sure.
Can I get rid of this dude in front of me?
Oh,
Yes, please. How do you want to get rid of him?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my disruptor and shoot at him.
All right, so he's pretty much like a foot away from you, so that's going to be an increased difficulty. I know you have a daring of 7, but it would only be a difficulty opposed to his difficulty, if that makes any sense. So it'll be a difficulty 3 to hit him because you're basically having to shove the disruptor into his chest and him, not dodging.
I'm
out of
laying
the way.
on the ground.
You're
I'm
laying
on the ground.
I thought he was on.
Yeah.
The ground.
I'm on the ground.
Well then,
I think we're both on the ground.
Everybody's on the
Yeah.
ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll control and security. We'll see how many successes you get, and we'll go from there. Because you might not get, a success at all, or you might get like 4, and it won't matter. Okay. So if you're laying on the ground, how are you laying on the ground though? Who got you on the ground? How did you get? To the ground?
Him.
Yeah.
No, I thought
some
he
sort of
went to the
attack.
ground. Because
No,
remember, he tried to cut your head off. You blocked
Yeah,
him.
he tried to.
And you pushed him to the ground.
No, I failed. Remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Your
right up there now.
description was something like he grazes you, but
Yeah.
also knocks you to the ground.
I remember that. I had to look up and see the one success.
Yeah.
With 5
Yes.
dice. Okay, so yeah, you get knocked to the ground. You're grazed. You're not very badly injured, and then you pull out your disruptor. That would be a difficulty too, because at that point you're far enough away. So go ahead. You rolled it. Roll the damage, and let's see how much I don't think he's that far from death. Let me check. I mean, he's not controlled by a parasite, so it's not like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, yeah. So I'm gonna do something here. It's a bit out of the ordinary. So first of all his stress is gone. So you shot him. He's gonna die, but I have to use a talent. He looks to you as you shoot him.
No.
Actually, hold on.
Then do it.
I definitely should have done
reputation.
this. Skilled in keeping your allies up under when you command this one. You may spend momentum to cards.
Stop reading.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. He is going, since it's gonna go back to him anyway. He is going to attempt a recover task. If he recovers, he gets the amount of stress as much. Basically, he does the thing that you guys can do, but you guys do with momentum. I do with threat.
Wouldn't it go to the Raymond?
All right, I'll spend 2 threat to say it goes to him then. Did it roll? Yeah. And I'm going to spend 2 more threat. So now I'm actually running real low on threat to say that the beam goes straight through his chest and out the other side. Like this would kill anybody. But he screams as he is shot He screams to everyone, all of his allies, and he says, "If you don't die here, the infamous Armada will ensure your death if you do not kill this sickness that is the Federation." And he is going to collapse onto his back. And at that moment, the Reman will turn to face you guys. This guy will face, obviously, you. And their sole goal is to kill you three. Actually, no. He's not Starfleet, is he? The Reman. Or the Lex, is he?
No.
Alright, so their sole goal will be to kill you guys in general. But you're going to be last. So at the moment, he is incapacitated, but he will get up eventually. Alright, so your guys' go. Or no, Lex just went. So it's my go. So it's the Reman's turn.
Wait.
What's up, Karava?
Didn't he just do a thing
Who?
on his
Yeah.
turn?
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
it's y'all's turn, and then it'll be the Reman's turn.
I need to avenge my bullet sponge. I'm going to shoot that Romulan.
Go ahead. Which Romulan are you shooting?
This guy.
Okay, that's kind of far. Go ahead. See how good you roll.
How much momentum do we have left?
I don't know. Probably not a lot.
I've got one determination. Can I use that for anything?
Yeah, you can get 2
Use it
successes.
for 2 automatics. Yep.
I'm getting revenge for my security chief.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
you
going
get that
to-
revenge.
Yeah.
What's your value that you're gonna use though? I'm assuming you have a decent
I'm gonna.
value.
Violence solves nothing most of the time.
See,
Challenge it rather than use it.
and this isn't most of the time. We're in a Arconian cave.
you know what?
All sorts of crazy crap
Hold
happening.
on. You use Nah, I'll let you use that. That's fine. Go ahead and roll control and security. Difficulty is going to be 3 because you guys are on the other side of the chamber, which is bigger than it looks. This is definitely not to scale.
I'll use threat and add 1 threat and make it to 3.
Okay. Thank you for some threat
And
that I
shoot.
desperately needed.
Ah,
So you have 5 successes. Is that right?
yeah, 5 successes.
So you hit him. You got two momentum. Now roll damage with disruptor beam.
I will do that. Oh wait, yeah, and disruptor rifle. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, it's 12 because every effect is actually vicious, which is an additional damage. So it's 12.
Okay. He's having a bad afternoon.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, the beam goes through him. Do you want him to vaporize, or do you want him to just fall down dead?
Vaporize.
All right, he is gone. Now it's the Reman's turn. It's just gonna be him getting to Vosky, basically. So y'all's turn now.
He wants to say Vosky. I can't.
Vosky's not very good at saving himself, so if somebody else could do it, that'd be fine. But if nobody else will, then.
Mikhail will shoot the Raymond.
So that's still difficulty 3 because do you want to move first? Moving is a minor action. You don't have to fire from that
I mean,
distance.
because Angshu might run and try to stabilize him if you're not going to shoot.
Can I move over to here?
Sure. And then it'll be
Would that
control
be-
security difficulty 2.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Totally gonna do it.
And everybody else, okay, now roll damage. Everyone else roll a fitness and command as the ceiling begins to fall in on you. All right,
It's in
1, 2, 3.
command.
Oh, sorry, fitness and security.
Oh.
You know what? Command or security, I don't care. Just pick one.
Okay.
Alright. the walls are collapsing, the ceiling's breaking, and even the Iconian gateway is starting to shudder and fracture. Some of y'all's rolls are just, yeah. All right, so let me start with let's see, McComb's
Yes,
roll.
Vosky.
So
Yeah, Cisnus gets rocked to the face, but Volsky is in with the.
the Riemann goes down right as he's about to take a dagger to Vosky's face, and that's pretty much it for the moment. So if anybody, let's see, let's deal with Edgeford, or let's deal with Vosky's roll first. Was that Vosky or was that Cisnus?
Cisnus was the first roll, Volsky
Okay.
was the second roll.
So we'll deal with Cisnus first. A big slab of concrete falls onto him and kills him.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Roll. Let me find your character sheet. Go to the challenge dice section and roll 4. You already got it set, so roll 4 challenge dice. See how much damage he actually takes. But essentially, that's what's happening. Is you guys are being bombarded with debris. Okay, so not as bad. So he takes 3 damage. Let's see. Who else? Anyone else got a 0? No. Okay. Guy. Karava, roll 3. Roll 3 stress, or roll 3 challenge dice. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you only take 1 stress. Who else got 1?
If only he was still alive.
Who? Karava?
No, oh, God, what's his name? The Kardashian.
Oh,
Oh,
Shane.
When he was still alive.
Wow!
Yeah, Tamar.
You don't even know my name.
Damn.
Shame-o.
If Shayma was still alive, he could have taken that rock for me.
All right. So
Wow.
Narelle, roll 3
Oh, he's a
challenge dice.
Federation officer.
Narelle, roll 3.
Yeah, you just look over at Shamar, who's just like quietly slumped over in a pile of his own blood, like just dead.
Alright, ooh, you take 3 stress, Narelle does. Let's see, who else? I'm going in order of failure. Anyone else get 1? Alright, who got 2? Let's see. Mac, is that first one for Lex or Macom?
Lex.
Alright, so roll 2 challenge dice. For Lex. You take 2 stress as rocks pummel you. Anyone else get 2 successes? I don't think so. Alright, so those of you got 3, which would be Dr. Angstrom, Edgeford, who is that again? Who's your second one is Vosky, right?
The second is Volsky, yeah.
Alright, and Macom, you guys take nothing.
Thank the Lord.
Basically, yeah, everything is collapsing. This thing shifts image to somewhere in the Alpha Quadrant or Beta Quadrant in the Milky Way galaxy, because that's the only way you can get back. And Centurion Lestara looks at you and says, in a kind of like a grotesque, vibrating kind of, almost as if she's speaking with multiple voices, but she's clearly been crushed a bit, so she's got blood gushing from her mouth, and she looks to Lex and Vosky and Karava, and she says, "We are at your mercy. In exchange for our lives, I offer our services. We seek peace, not war. Leave the Romulans to us, and we will leave the Federation and your allies alone. And when we have gained full control of the Romulan Republic, we will sue for peace, so ending decades of hostilities between your 2 governments. Together, we will usher in a new era of a new beginning."
She was so close to getting Volsky on side there, because that whole sort of like, we're here, we're peaceful. Volsky's attitude to that is, we're Starfleet, damn it, we should enter into negotiations. But her plan involves subverting an entire government, which no.
I'm going to give her a gift.
A disruptor to the face.
He says we don't have time.
My last grenade.
Jesus.
She says, She says, with the Romulan... She says, there's no way the Federation could withstand the infamous Armada alone. With us and the Romulans together, we could. And at this point, out of game, you players you gotta make a decision. You can destroy the mother creature. This will free anyone already infested. However, this could also be considered an act of genocide, as the neuroparasites are sentient beings and likely the last of their species. Accept the mother creature's offer. However, this goes against every principle of the Federation. To subjugate even a hated enemy in exchange for peace from another foe is too high a price. You could imprison the mother creature in hopes of finding a way for the parasitic beings to coexist with rather than subjugate their host consciousness. Ultimately, this might be similar to the relationship between the Trill and the symbionts. However, it will likely be impossible to fully root out parasitic infiltration already underway, and the mother creature's children may never stop trying to free her. Those are the three in the book. However, there are a couple other ones, because, so she is no longer directly linked to her bug parasites. They are controlled similarly to the Rogue Borg in TNG with Lore and Hugh. They are controlled by the infamous Armada, and she is basically promising you something that cannot be possible at this stage. So you could let the infamous Armada take her and kill her and kind of like be like a peace offering, like, hey, you take her and leave us alone. Or you could be on her side and be like, okay, we're going to help you to fight the infamous Armada. So you guys decide what you guys think is the best solution, and that will be the fate of this universe, essentially.
We can actually help her.
Yeah. Vosky will say, if we've got a few moments to decide this, like in character, we don't have to immediately go boom, rocks falling. It is a case of we cannot accept. He lowered tone so she can't hear, just amongst the crew.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot accept her terms, but she is surrendering. We should accept that, take her into custody, and conduct more sober negotiations later that may lead to coexistence. Also, and he points at the still crippled Dren or Drell clone and says, we can take him prisoner too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's enslaving my people, so I'm a little bit sus on that.
Also, keep in mind, the infamous, where is he? The Commandant has already mentioned that he has control of half of the Senate with her parasites, so she's not really the big threat there. They are.
Okay.
Say, she's not a threat.
We will take her in for experimentation and investigation and whatever else.
Okay, so which side takes her? The Federation or Romulans? Because experimentation, that means y'all ain't gonna see her ever again.
Yeah, Federation. Yeah, take her into Federation custody, where she will be treated ethically, and ideally the same with the clone.
All right, Karava, do you resist their idea to take her, or do you let them take her?
I'll let them take her for now, but I'm more worried about half of my government being enslaved.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the bigger problem.
Let's get that, Commodore.
Yeah. All right. As we're sort of limping out, Vosky will holding bits of his face in and his gut and so forth, but he's still up, unlike Shaymar. Presumably Engstrom is busy with...
I was about to ask the doctor to roll for that.
Dead.
I was about to...
Presumably the doctor is dealing with that. Yeah, I was assuming that. But he'll as Engstrom is dealing with Shaymar, quite rightly, it will point to the Jar clone and say, be sure to make sure that is properly sedated heavily.
He says, I will kill you all. No, Engstrom, Dr. Engstrom, if you want to roll daring and medicine, difficulty is going to be 2, and then do you guys have momentum? Because you can spend momentum for stress if you succeed. So I think you have 4, it looks
yes.
like.
We've got 4, yeah.
Yeah, so for every 1 momentum, you can get another, I think it's 2 stress. It's 1 stress or 2 stress. Either way, he'd be alive. So daring and medicine. Difficulty 2.
Okay, well, I guess we're pretty close to the end anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and use a determination that I still have.
All right.
So I'm responsible for the well-being of the crew. Even though, I'm sorry, Shamar, I tried. I just was not able to run fast enough across those ruins.
It's all good. We'll meet another
She-
Shamar here soon.
Part of me was like, is Angstrom like in tears at this point? But she's seen so many people she's cared about died that she's kind of going shutting down almost. But anyway, but Vosky is still needing attention, so she is like, okay, gotta just stay on task. There you go.
Nice.
I like the
Apparently
idea
she's
that all
able
these
to hold it together.
I like the idea that all these characters are making these digs and Angstrom's just like sad.
Ooh, I'm sorry, whoever. Karava, it's gonna be you because you're the closest player character to the door.
Hello, Michelle.
Roll, Karava, last combat roll daring and security as McShale shivs you in the back with another dagger that he had.
Yeah.
I forgot I had all these reinforcements on their way, but then I was like, oh yeah, let me have at least someone show up and do something.
I'm gonna spend some. Do we have threat or determination or whatever? I'm gonna spend a bunch of that.
Do it.
Have you used your value for determination yet?
Yeah, I used that for
You still
getting revenge for Shamar.
You still got 4 momentum.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend.
Hey,
Did we spend any
don't you
that?
still have that? Don't you have a second determination?
Oh no, I spent two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Challenge
I'm gonna
one.
You could challenge one.
Oh,
That
I'll
would give you a determination. Challenge your
I'll
value.
challenge. I'll challenge.
You can't challenge the one that you're about to say. I know what you're going to say. You can't challenge the violence solves nothing most of the time. I'm sorry.
people person.
Oh, God. No, you can't challenge that one either. I'm sorry. No, you can't challenge always there to leave lend a hand. And definitely not puzzle solver. So unless you're going to challenge a directive, seek non-military resolutions whenever possible, that's pretty much the only one you can challenge right now.
I'll do that one.
All right. Go ahead and roll daring security.
Okay, daring security. Wait. So I'll use 2 determination. No, I'll use 2. I'll use 2 motivations.
You're saying words that I just don't understand. Are you talking about
Yes,
momentum?
these are the appropriate terms.
I'll spend 2. I'll spend 2 momentum to get 4 dice, and I'll roll it.
All right. Oh wow.
Close.
Yeah. That's so close that I'm gonna say.
Didn't he get?
What? What was you saying, Mac?
Didn't he get automatic 2?
Yeah, as well.
Oh yeah. So you beat him. So basically,
Okay.
roll. You know what? Roll. Roll. Do you have a blade weapon on you? Like a blade damage on you, so that you can roll damage for a blade.
I'd think I'd have a knife because I would have. So I did basically.
Well, you
put
have his
everything I
knife.
possibly could.
You basically
Oh,
have
I
his
have
knife. So all you got to do is just I added it to you. I added it to your character. You just click on that, and
Oh.
basically that's the damage you do to him. As he like sneaks up behind you, like he has totally not seen or heard, but then you turn around and take the knife and plunge it deep into his stomach, and he's just like blood comes out of his mouth. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's injured. He collapses to the ground with a stomach wound. He's gonna die slowly.
Oh, not today.
All right. There is a massive explosion. As Kulira says, I'm taking her with me. I need security. Macom. And she looks over to Norel and she says, you should come with me to the Federation. We could use a science officer of your caliber. The rest of you need to go to Starbase 1... that doesn't exist anymore. Starbase 117 to kind of basically be debriefed, and let them know what's going on. Cisnus, the planet we're going to is known for having transports that can take us to where we need to go. So if you would please kindly come with us. And basically they enter to never be seen from again. And then there is an explosion, and this, which was an Earth starbase, an Earth colony a moment ago, becomes something else that you can't really recognize. Some swirly, timey-wimey blue energy stuff or something. And
Did they take the gel clone with them?
oh yeah, I guess they were gonna. Let's see. He's injured. He's stunned, I think, or is he dead? I think he's stunned. He's about to get up, so they probably took him. I don't think they would have taken him just because he came in like as they were leaving, but everyone else they did. Basically, a singularity opens up as the energy from the Iconian Gateway intersects with the energy of the Dimension Jump Drive that has just slammed into the top of it, and now a dimensional portal has sucked you guys into it. And guess who goes with you?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Do you know what the really sad thing
New
was?
character, guys.
Do you know what the really sad thing was about McShale being dragged in? Which is that McShale is a hopeless foe, and so what I was going to do, obviously it's now automatically succeeded, is if she was going to be left behind, presumably whilst he's unconscious, Fosky would do the "We're Starfleet, damn it." Take him as a prisoner, rescue him, and challenge a value to do it. But it automatically happens.
Well,
so, yeah.
he walked in like as Kalira, and then we're like stepping through. He wouldn't have come in and be like, "Hey guys, okay, let's take him with us." Like he would have made sure that he couldn't go. He did that, and yeah, you guys somehow will wake up in new bodies, I suppose, at some point in the future, and that is the end of a very long A Star Beyond the Stars game.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Shamar got to die.
We all live.
I was the only in the whole campaign to die. Let's go. Only main character.
I think Volsky
Went
might
that
need
whole
the
campaign
physical.
without taking a single injury.
Hey! I think Volsky might need the
I
physical
made it
augmentation
Yeah.
talent
I
after
made it
this.
through almost every encounter with taking an injury, so there's that.
We bounced to yin and yang.
All right. So regarding your characters, whenever we get around to the next game, which I don't know when it will be, probably in like a month or so, your characters may have the same. You guys can change out values if you need to, but everything else will be the same. You'll have no stress. You'll have one determination. But
Also, I mean, it's not going to matter, but I can be controlled by parasites now.
yeah, you won't have your body armor. You won't have your resistance, or your can't be infested by parasites. All that will be gone. If you want, you can also change out your flaws and vices so that you can roleplay your characters a bit differently. Your assignment, I will let you know what your assignment is when I actually write it. And then you can roleplay them as the same person, just as long as they don't remember what's happened in this game at first. We'll get to that as the game goes on.
Whilst the stress is cured, do those of us who have physical scars, do the new characters have the physical scars as well, because they're the same people?
So the new ones that you'll be playing will not have that as of yet. Your characters being sucked into a gateway, the scars, the genetic mutations, all that stuff will come up at some point in some way in the future. But like when you start the game, you'll start out as your normal self. If you want to say my character has always been half Orion, you're more than free to do so. Or my character has always had my character has always had this blade scar, because of the Cardassian War. You're more than welcome to do that as well.
For people who actually made it through the gateway, did they come through the gateway with their belongings, or with like? Because I kind of have this cool idea of like, Dr. Engstrom has no idea, or Shamar has no idea who Dr. Engstrom is, but she pulls out his knife that's identical to the one he has. Would she still have that on him, or would she just be like some different person in this new reality?
Like I said, you guys will be different people. I only had your physical bodies go through so that it can come up at a later date if it has to be. For example, if Vosky walks into a science lab and finds another Vosky lying on the floor with a big scar on his neck or something. But that's so everyone takes an arc milestone in this case. You can choose a single attribute and increase it by 1. The attribute cannot be increased by 12 or above 12. Or you can choose a single discipline and increase it by 1. The discipline cannot be increased above 5. Select 1 additional talent. So you have 4 talents. So if you want a 5th talent, go ahead and take 1. Select an additional focus. This would give you a total of 8 focuses if one of your focuses was a hobby or interest. Select 1 additional value, so you would have 5 values at this point. Unless you had 3 values and 1 vice, then you'd have 4 values and 1 vice. Select a supporting character. Nah, we're not doing that. Let's see. Ship systems. No, no, no. Okay, so basically, I'm going to go ahead and post a picture of the arc milestones thing so that you guys can...
I'll increase my security to 5.
Cool. We have a lot of security.
For some reason, I can't edit my talents or my values.
If you go up to the very top of like the text field and then to the right edge of the box and sort of like hang around, eventually the cog will probably appear. It fiddled with me as well for a bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Also,
Weird. I see. Okay.
yeah. And I definitely want you guys to do the arc milestone before the next game starts, because again, if these characters happen to show up in that game physically, then it would we would need them. But also, the stats are not gonna. They're gonna be the same stats. It's just gonna be a different character. I hope that makes sense. Let's see.
Yeah, I suppose I'll up my security to 6.
Okay. I'm trying. I want to find. And if you guys know,
I don't think you can put your security to 6. I think disciplines are capped out at 5.
Yeah. Also, if you know,
Oh, I thought you said this goes over that.
no, this
Didn't
goes
you
up
say?
to 5.
Okay.
But if anyone knows of a player that wants to play that hasn't played before, please let me know or let them know, because this is a game specifically for new players. I found 4 new players in the last 3 weeks, and they've all flaked out on me. That's why I don't get a lot of new players. But
I know a guy. He's excited to do a Star Trek Adventures game, but I don't know if his calendar lines up. So I'll have a chat with him.
Okay.
I mean, if it's going to be in another month, my friend might be free by then too.
Okay.
I'll keep checking in with him.
Well, it's gonna be whenever people are free, because I'm free on pretty much every Saturday. So whenever you guys are